Shipping goods. I was birthed circa 1855 amid the forest of my ancestors, growing amongst the cedars and pines of my kind. I was tall, regal, and straight, like so many of my brothers and sisters. My life amongst my elders was feeding those which lived in our biome by providing shelter, rest, and most of all, protection. Occasionally, we will have visitors to our intricate, diverse network, loving the sun, fresh air, and the rain, paying homage to Mother's nature. But those happy days did not last long for me and my family. And on such a day as this, there was a whispering amongst the trees as a group of hunters armed with axes, saws, and ropes came to our forest, searching for those who were tall, regal, and straight. They began to make haste with their cutting tools as I watched in horror, unable to move for my awaited fate, as the inhabitants of the forest called out in their own native language of the intrusion and ever-present threat. I was next in line as the sharpness of the blade swung into my being, causing birds, squirrels, and insects fleeing by the hands of the lumberjack, roping and pulling me to the ground as the last sound I heard was timber down. And as I felt each cut of the murderous blade cut into the soul of my being, as my body was stretched, carved, and shaved, contorting my family into elongated, unknown shapes, my soul was encased, and I could not escape the carnage which laid before me. Unable to die in this new form, I did not know what other horrors awaited, as my slain brothers and sisters was more than I could bear. For we were scorched, cut, dug out, molded, and shaped to be fitted together to form a hull that is now the skulls of the groves which outline the landscape of a once virgin land. My new life beginning as planks stripped of its barks, roots, and branches now branches into the bows of a schooner ship carrying cargo, goods, and material. As the skeleton of my body was prepared for a specific task, I was fitted with compartments, cages, shackles, and chains. Not knowing another horror awaited me as I sailed upon the seas, holding in my belly 110 captives who would no longer be free. I sailed from West Africa, bringing enslaved Africans to return to the shores of America. As I hear the screams and the cries of those chatteled, housed within the belly of my embodied soul, I too was reminded of the pain of my own demise to become a part of an enterprise enslaving dark-skinned lives. I hear through the whisper of wind, I am the last slave ship of this devilish deed to fulfill the industrial need. And as I recall my role in history, I reminisce when I was free. I was tall, regal, and straight. The ancients call me by name Cedrus Atlantica, but my surname given by my oppressors is Clotilda. Written and recited by Stephonia Roberts from the upcoming book, Drops of Shade, The Miseducation of an African American Dream.